Life is too short to be anything but extraordinary. That's why today we're plunging into a subject as vital as the oxygen we breathe and as elusive as a mirage in the desert. What's the real deal behind the hype of self-development? Self-development. Those two words are thrown around like confetti at a New Year's Eve party. But what do they really mean? Is it just a buzzword for self-help books and motivational speakers? Or is there something more to it? Well, let's unravel this mystery together. Imagine you're a diamond, yes, a diamond, but still in the rough, hidden deep within the Earth's crust. You've got all the potential to shine, to dazzle, and to be priceless. But right now, you're surrounded by rock and dirt. You're uncut, unpolished, and far from the sparkling gem you could be. So, how do you go from being a hidden gem to a radiant diamond? That's where self-development comes in. It's the chisel that shapes you, the polish that shines you, and the journey that brings you from the depths of the earth to the display case. It's not just about reading a book or taking a course. It's about a lifelong commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. Now that we've set the stage, let's dig into the details of why you should be investing in your personal growth, starting right this second. All right, let's jump into our next point, which I like to call the survival kit. Now, I know what you're thinking. Survival kit? What is this, a zombie apocalypse? Well, not exactly, but hear me out. Life is unpredictable, right? One moment you're cruising along and the next you hit a bump, or let's be real, sometimes it's more like a mountain that throws you off course. Maybe it's a job loss, a breakup, or even just a really, really bad day. These are the moments that test us and make us question our resilience. So, how do you navigate through these twists and turns without losing your sanity? That's where your survival kit comes in. Think of self-development as packing your life's backpack with essential tools: emotional intelligence, adaptability, resilience, you name it. Imagine you're in a dense forest with no map. Scary, right? But if you've got a compass, some basic survival skills, and a clear head, you're far more likely to find your way out. Self-development is that compass, those skills, and that clear head, all rolled into one. And let's not forget that the world is changing at breakneck speed. New technologies, social changes, heck, even new pandemics can come out of nowhere. The more adaptable you are, the better you'll ride these waves of change instead of getting swept away. So, if you've been neglecting your survival kit, it's time to give it some love. Empower yourself with the skills and mindset you need to not just survive, but thrive, no matter what life throws at you. Moving on to our third point, let's talk about something we all crave but often struggle with: relationships. I call this segment the love potion. And no, I'm not about to give you a magical recipe to make someone fall head over heels for you. But what I will give you is something even better. Let's be real for a second. Relationships can be messy, complicated, and downright confusing. Whether it's your partner, your family, your friends, or even your coworkers, navigating the complex web of human connections is no walk in the park. So, what's the secret sauce to making all your relationships smoother and more fulfilling? You guessed it, self-development. When you work on yourself, you're not just improving your own life, you're also becoming a better partner, friend, and colleague. Think about it. How can you be a good listener if you haven't learned the art of patience? How can you be supportive if you're not emotionally stable yourself? How can you expect honesty from others if you're not honest with yourself first? Self-development teaches you these invaluable skills. It helps you understand not just who you are, but also how you relate to others. It's like learning the rules of a game. Once you know them, you play better, and everyone enjoys the game more. And here's the kicker. The better you become as an individual, the higher the quality of people you attract into your life. It's a win-win, really. You grow, your relationships grow, and before you know it, you're surrounded by a circle of people who are just as committed to growth as you are. All right, let's shift gears a bit and dive into our fourth point, which I've lovingly dubbed the Zen Zone. Now don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to sit in a lotus position or chant mantras, unless that's your thing, of course. But what we are going to talk about is something equally transformative: inner peace. Let's face it, we live in a world that's always on. Our phones are buzzing, our to-do lists are growing, and our minds are racing. It's like we're perpetually stuck in a traffic jam, honking our horns but going nowhere. So, how do you find your calm in the midst of this chaos? How do you get to that Zen zone where everything just flows? That's where self-development comes into play. Think of your mind as a garden overrun with weeds of stress, anxiety, and negative thoughts. Self-development is your gardening tool. It helps you pull out those weeds and plant flowers of positivity, mindfulness, and tranquility. Whether it's through meditation, journaling, or simply learning to say no, self-development offers you a variety of tools to cultivate your inner garden. And the more you practice, the more lush and beautiful your garden becomes. Remember, inner peace isn't a destination. It's a journey. It's about finding that quiet corner within yourself, even when the world around you is in turmoil. And trust me, once you experience the serenity that comes from a well-tended inner garden, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Okay, folks, we've reached the grand finale of our journey today, and I've saved the best for last. Let's talk about the legacy blueprint. Now, I know legacy sounds like a heavy word, something you'd find engraved on a statue or written in history books. But let's demystify it, shall we? Legacy isn't just about what you leave behind when you're gone. It's about the impact you make while you're still here. It's the ripple effect of every good deed, every kind word, and every moment of growth. So, how does self-development tie into this grand scheme of things? Well, it's simple. The better you become, the better your legacy. When you grow as an individual, you're not just upgrading your own life, you're also enhancing the lives of those around you. Imagine you're a lighthouse. The more you develop yourself, the brighter your light shines. And a brighter light doesn't just guide you, it guides everyone who's sailing in the same stormy waters. Your legacy is like a tapestry, woven from the threads of your actions, decisions, and growth. And the beauty of it is that you get to choose the colors and patterns of this tapestry every single day through your commitment to self-development. So, if you've ever doubted whether working on yourself is worth it, let me tell you, it's the most worthwhile investment you'll ever make. Not just for you, but for everyone whose life you touch. And that, my friends, is a legacy worth striving for. All right, before you go, I've got a golden nugget just for you. If you're serious about leveling up your life, you're going to love this. I've teamed up with Digistore24 to offer you an ebook that's a complete game changer in the world of self-development. Click the link in the description below and grab your copy of this life-altering ebook. Trust me, your future self will be high-fiving you for making such a smart move. Wow, what a ride we've had today, diving into the transformative world of self-development. If you're feeling as pumped as I am, don't let this energy go to waste. Hit the subscribe button and click right here to watch our must-see video on the biggest self-improvement mistakes. It's the cheat sheet to life you didn't know you needed.